One of the biggest stories coming out of the 2022 Winter Games comes on the skis of 18-year-old Eileen Gu. Now, Gu claimed gold in the women's big air competition, but what's a bigger story around her is the fact that the California native made the switch and is competing for China. She was born to an American father and a Chinese mother, and she decided to compete for her mother's native land. She made that switch in 2019, and it also brings up a larger question about identity when it comes to a lot of these Olympic athletes.
The day I received citizenship, it was such a huge accomplishment.
This is Olympic bobsledder Kaillie Humphries' fourth trip to the Winter Olympics, but her first competing for Team USA. As one of the sport's most dominant forces, the three-time Olympic medalist previously competed for Canada, but in 2019 began competing for the United States, a decision she made after filing claims of mental and physical abuse from her Canadian bobsled coach, Todd Hayes. Hayes denied the allegations in a 2019 investigation and legal filings. Thus began Humphries' citizenship battle, a process that usually has a 3-year wait, putting her Olympic hopes for Beijing in jeopardy until she got the magic call in December 2021.
I was in Europe doing a lot of my qualification races in order to qualify to be at the games. And then you get called in. I had to fly from Europe over to the US. I spent 7 nights in 7 different beds to get over there, do my interview, pass my test, get sworn in, 20 minutes later, get back on a flight, fly back over to Germany. I landed Friday at 4 p.m. and then had to race Saturday, Sunday at 9 a.m. So it was definitely the biggest whirlwind week of my entire life. But on the other hand, to be able to be sworn in, to know that this is, my life, I'm becoming an American citizen, it really was like this American dream come true.
Humphries lives in California with her American husband, and this time at the Olympics as a new U.S. citizen, she says she is going to get through this transition at the Games by relying on what she knows, competing.
There's been a lot of changes, definitely. New country, new teammates, new support staff, but there's also a lot of the same. Bobsled is the same, and that doesn't change. The sport itself, a sled's a sled. I've known my teammates. I've been competing for the U.S. now for 3 years. So none of that is new. And I think I've really had to rely heavily on that.
But some of her new experiences are actually pretty relatable, like geeking out over some of Team USA's biggest stars.
New is seeing Shaun White and Chloe Kim on a flight. Brand new. I'm the new kid on the block. That is definitely a very cool and unique feeling to share being on the same team with them, to know that the USA is a super nation and we're here and we're going to perform and everybody looks at you. It is a very different feeling.
Defining identity can be complex, and for many Olympic athletes like Humphries, the decision ultimately is a personal one, outside of podium results.
Everybody's motivations are different, and where they grow up and what they value and who they choose to represent is a big part of their journey within life. And sport is a portion of that. I think as long as we support the athletes chasing their dreams and we support them as human beings and we trust that they're fighting for their country and doing the very best that they can, and whatever country that is, that's where they choose to be, I think that's the most important thing.